Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Barcelona at SmartCon 2023 by Chainlink. Joining me for this segment, we have Rene Reinsberg, co-founder of Celo, as well as president of the Celo Foundation. It is great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
You got it. Tell me about Celo and the problem that you're looking to solve.
Yeah, so we started Celo with the desire to bring this great technology that Web3 is to regular people. And so how do we power real-world use cases? How do we do things that help people in their daily lives? And that got us, really thinking about an architecture that supports that, right? How do people easily move assets or move fiat on-chain, right? So on and off ramps. How do people use wallets without having to think about public keys? So there's a protocol called Social Connect that lets people send assets to any phone number. So a lot of these little things that, if you look at them together, really simplify the user experience and make crypto accessible to regular people.
It's interesting that it's consumer facing is where your focus is. You recently announced the launch of Opera's MiniPay stablecoin wallet that's built on Celo, and it's aimed to onboard over 100 million Android users across Africa. Can you tell us what MiniPay is?
100%. Yeah, and for Celo, our role, I feel like, is to have Celo be in the background where it's not noticed, but have the applications take full advantage of the power. And MiniPay is a great example. MiniPay effectively is a non-custodial wallet that's built directly into Opera Mini. So Opera is a browser company, very active in Africa, 90% market share in many markets, over 100 million users in Africa. And so really an amazing opportunity to meet people where they are, right? They're already on their Android phones, browsing the web, and now they have the ability to have a wallet, right? Be able to send peer-to-peer payments, hold dollars on their phone, and then use all these amazing applications that we're all building in Web3 to, give people all kinds of other great features like access to micro work or the ability to learn and earn, or even just kind of earning some yield.
And to your point earlier, as the end user, you don't want even to think about how this happens. You want to make it easy and accessible. And you're known for, you have a global ecosystem, over 1,000 companies in over 150 countries. What was the decision behind launching MiniPay in Nigeria?
Yeah, we've historically had a very strong ecosystem across Africa, and Nigeria also is a market that, obviously is a sizable market, but then also has seen a lot of strong crypto adoption. So I think it's ranked number 2 in the Chainalysis kind of rankings of crypto adoption. And then you have that side, right? So kind of already like an awareness for crypto and the technology. But then also on the other hand, you have people that are suffering from high inflation, right? So they're already looking for access to dollars, right? To be able to have kind of a way to save in something that preserves value. And so the focus, or in MiniPay's case, having a wallet that lets people save in dollars, send payment in dollars, was something that we felt was pretty compelling. And I think we're excited to support Opera, not just with the launch of the product, but also then connecting our local partners, and that's on and off ramps, right? So being able for people to easily go from Nigerian Naira to on-chain dollar stablecoins, or applications that people are building, for example, to off-ramp and pay for airtime with MiniPay. So these are, I think, examples that all made us pretty excited about that as a first market, but the idea is to launch it across the entire continent in the coming months. So
we know Celo is mobile first, but I'm going to switch gears for a moment here. You launched the Celo blockchain on Earth Day 2020, right? Carbon negative, known as the home of refi, regenerative finance. Explain to us more what regenerative finance is, and other real world cases where the Celo blockchain is gaining popularity.
Yeah, to me, it's all connected, right? So if you're aiming to create a new financial infrastructure, then you have an opportunity to do that in a way where it actually has positive externalities on our planet, on our communities. And so this focus on regenerative finance is something that was with Celo from the very, very, very early days. And the chain itself has been carbon negative first chain, and has been offsetting sort of its own footprint, but increasingly, or more importantly, having all these key building blocks, right, to allow any application to offset their own footprint or build functionality that, for example, every transaction could have that sort of positive impact on the world and kind of create sort of, together aggregate big climate action. And that's where I think we're starting to see the world of climate action, climate finance, and what traditionally would maybe be called financial inclusion come together, right? So there's a couple interesting projects happening. For example, Gainforest, which is working on a conservation basic income. So the idea here is you have people that are getting paid to preserve natural resources, right, and get a payment for doing that. And obviously there's the climate impact, but then you also have this uplift of the community of having funds flowing into a community. And to me, that's really powerful because we're not trying to tackle these kind of big problems by themselves, but we're bringing it all together under the umbrella of regenerative finance.
Which I think is a smart strategy because you don't want to get labeled with a specific pillar and then you're kind of locked into that, right? It's a little bit more holistic than, okay, we're only focusing on the E or the S or the G, so you're under a larger umbrella. Lastly, the Celo community recently voted in favor of migrating over to Ethereum Layer 2. What can we expect that you'll develop over time, and will that impact projects like MiniPlay or others looking to build on Celo?
Yeah, I mean, we've always felt part of the Ethereum community, and this is like a big step to, in a way, bring Celo home to Ethereum. So we are, after the temperature check passed, they're actually, the first hard fork in order to make that migration happened last week, so very successful, and that was a big step. What's been interesting now is there's a lot of excitement in the Ethereum community. I mean, initially the proposal was to do this transition with OP Stack. Now Sandeep from Polygon has weighed in and has said, hey, maybe the community should consider the ZK Stack from Polygon. ZK Sync last week chimed in with their own proposal, and so there's a lot of work right now for the core team to evaluate, okay, all the different options, and ultimately what is the right package, what's the right roadmap for Celo to kind of complete that transition. But we're very eager to do that because it brings a lot of benefits, right, of being having the trustless bridge to Ethereum and being even closer to Ethereum. But we also want to make sure as a community that it's done in the right way and it's done with sort of the right long-term approach.
All right, Rene, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade
Thank
Talks.
you so much.
And thanks for joining me from Barcelona. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.